let's be honest. Let's really, really, really be honest. I believe that there are some people in the martial arts community, and even people outside the martial arts community, that want to antagonize when it comes to the value and quality of Bruce Lee as a legitimate martial arts master, grandmaster, the late Bruce Lee, that is. And for years it seems that there has been a significant amount of individuals, even though you are in the minority, there's still a significant amount of individuals in the community of martial arts that still believe and purport that Bruce Lee was not that good. That Bruce Lee even was just simply an actor. And he was not even upper tier as a martial arts master. Steven Seagal himself said that Bruce Lee wouldn't even be in the top 10, if you will, as far as great martial artists. There was other people much better than him that he had known, or known of even. But why is Bruce Lee still a relevant name today if he is and was simply an actor? If his martial arts, we call it Jun Fan and even Jeet Kune Do, why is he still important if he was just an actor? The world doesn't see Bruce Lee. When I say the world, I'm talking about the world by and large, as it relates to people who have seen his work. Those 5 major movies that he did, four that he actually completed, outside of Game of Death. Why is he still relevant? You know why? Because he was real. He was actually the real deal. And there are haters, and haters are going to hate, as they say. You know, no one takes the time out of the day and trolls the internet and find videos like mine giving Bruce Lee his proper due and so forth, and many other people doing the same thing. No one takes the time out of their day to go and try to shoot that down unless they are insecure individuals, unless they're individuals who don't know what they're doing, if they're not accomplished in the martial arts, or if they're just simply people who like to just sling mud. Now, what other martial arts instructor, past or present, has as much credibility across the planet as Bruce Lee does? This Asian man. Who is it? Now, do you have 5? Pick 5. Pick 5 from the Chinese community, if you will, or the Asian community, that equal Bruce Lee's popularity today. There's none today, just as there were none back then when he was living. And I've said this before, there were people who were as good as Bruce Lee during the time that he lived, and even better than Bruce Lee. They just did not surface. He surfaced. So he was the one that we had to pattern ourselves after. He was the one who we looked up to as a great exponent, practitioner of the martial arts, or the martial science. He was. Now, had the other ones surfaced, came out of the shadows and so forth, we would have given them the credit that was due to them. But they didn't do that. As a matter of fact, a lot of the people that existed around that time who are claiming now that Bruce Lee wasn't all that, or Bruce Lee was just a minimal trained martial arts practitioner, that he didn't complete the Wing Chun system, or that he wasn't that good, he was just an actor, as Victor Moore says. He was not just an actor. Can you say jealousy? That's exactly what it is. It's jealousy. I'm not beating up on anyone, but give people their proper due. You know, a lot of times people, you know, they just because they have some experience with someone who is well known, they want to always inflate and embellish their experience with that person to make themselves look bigger than what they really are. It doesn't mean that they're not worth anything. It doesn't mean that they're not credible. It just simply means that they want to be basking in some of the limelight of that superstar. A lot of people have done that since Bruce Lee has been gone. Now let me ask you this question. To some, it's going to be rhetorical. To others, you may want to answer this question, or these questions. Was Jim Kelly the martial arts master who passed away in 2013. Was he a credible martial artist? Was Ed Parker, Grandmaster Ed Parker, American Kempo, was he a legitimate martial artist? Was Dan Inosanto, who studied Filipino martial arts and Jeet Kune Do under Bruce Lee, was he a credible, and is he a credible martial artist? Was Joe Louis, kickboxing champion, was he a credible martial artist? Was Judo Gene Lebell a credible judoka or practitioner of his particular art? Just to name a few. But all of the people that I just mentioned all gave Bruce Lee credit for being very fast, impeccable skill, unparalleled skill during the time of anybody around that time. All of them said that, and it's on video. It's all been recorded. So are you saying all of these other people didn't know what they were talking about? So put them down. All of the people that I just mentioned, put them down like you put Bruce Lee down. And I guarantee you, you're going to get pie in your face. You are. Because you're going to find that you're telling a lie. Bruce Lee was indeed who he proclaimed to be. And he never said, I'm the greatest. He never said I was better than anybody else. The world said it. The martial arts world, by and large, said that he was the greatest. And I say he was the greatest during our time. And he has not been rivaled since then in terms of his martial arts popularity. And that's not just being an actor. That's being a great martial artist. That's it, and that's all. And no one will ever be able to refute this or change this unless someone else comes along who outdoes what he's already done in the martial arts or the world of martial arts. That was all I had to say. But look in the comment section below or the description. You'll see some of those interviews. And feel free, leave a comment, like, share, subscribe, and even donate to my channel if you choose to. I am Grandmaster Reginald Strauss Sr., fondly known as Brother Teacher. So long.